Friends, as you must have noticed, my job is going to be to talk films to the cricketing legend Muttiah Muralitharan and to talk cricket to Shripati M and Madhur Mittal. So it's going to be a mix, and let me tell you, while I know a lot about films, I don't know much about cricket. So you'll have to pardon my ignorance. I may be asking questions which could be like googlies for Muralitharan, but I hope he also pardons me. But I'm just joking. Of course, we're going to talk about Muralitharan's life journey and the film 800, which inspired Shripati to make the film and to bring his story to the audience, and which gave birth to an actor in Madhur Mittal. So, without much ado, let me start. You know, you have started from very humble beginnings. You came from obscurity and rose to be an international legend in the world of cricket. In very short, how do you look back at your journey?
I would not believed what I achieved, because when you came to when you are a young boy, that time you only think about what you have to do at the time, and you don't dream about. See, I didn't even dream about playing for the country, even playing for the school, because it is that when you are young, age of 8, I started playing cricket. At that time, I think I was only to enjoy the game. So just to like another street boy, just the school. I was in the hostel, age of 6 to 18. So it's a Catholic school, all discipline. You know how the Catholic schools are. So in that school, so when we had about 600 hostelers, and in the school about 3,000, right? So it's a big school. It's a semi-government. Government took over in 1970. When I was just joined, it took over. Then it became all private schools, Catholic schools became semi-government schools. So all the facilities was there. And cricket is one game that everyone loves it, because even it is not our national game. But even if you think India,
it's a religion. Like films are, cricket is actually, I feel like a religious head today, because there are two religions in India, films and cricket. And imagine I've got legends from both those worlds, and I'm moderating a session with them.
So that's why I started, and I didn't even think about anything. Even didn't dream about. See, who would thought at the time? Because we are all 80s kids, because 70s to 80s, because I went to school first is 1978. So 78. So that time you don't think, because films something everyone loves it, because hardly you see there was no TV. Right, when it's 1978, hardly if you have a TV, you have to be a very rich person.
Luxury,
right? And also, if you have a TV, also there is no programs. that's the biggest problem, because only news, important news will come,
and documentary style show.
Yeah, a few documentaries, and that's also. It starts by 6 o'clock and finish by 8:39. So that kind of a childhood we had. That childhood is, I think, I don't know, because don't get it wrong, it is more fun than nowadays, because those days, whatever you have to do, you have to play with other children and interact with them, and you will become automatically a sportsman. You will be very healthy. So these days, even I feel sometimes my children, outdoor sport is something for them is like an allergy. They are glued into mobile phones and this.
And video games.
Yeah, so that kind of era, and I really enjoyed that era, and I never felt it that at the time we didn't think. So it's it's difficult time for Sri Lanka at the time, because when I was grown, and you understand, when you come to other questions I will answer those things, but it is not an easy journey. If you are a kid in those days in Sri Lanka, especially, it is not any religion or any races, or doesn't matter, everyone. It is a hard time at the time country went. When you have other, like, you know, we were kids, it's a wartime. It's like now you think Palestine, how it is not, now you see it's exaggerate sometimes because of the media and everything, but similar ways, like, you know, sometimes bombs goes, sometimes you don't know, sometimes riots comes. So it is like uncertainty, that life of, until I finished my career, because war finished in 2009.
When you pretty much
2010 I retired, right, on the World Cup. So it is that, even not for me, even other cricketers, maybe I am little bit special, and because I am come from a minority community, because it's, I always been focused more than the other cricketers, right, because it is everything focused on me, like most of them. See, so that's the way, that's a difficult time, but being in that environment, when for others, like if I'm telling the story now to you all, it looks like scary and everything. For us, that's way of life. Because
there was no other option.
We got used to it. One example I tell you, in 2009, we got attacked by bus in Pakistan, whole team. See, just you will see in the movie also, it's there, but I just revealed to you that we was not supposed to go there, because these are not, India is supposed to go that tour. So we were playing in Bangladesh at the time, and suddenly a board president called us and said, because India has security reason, cancel the tour, because they got inside information the Indian team is going to get attacked. So that now you all have to go, right? So we asked one question at the time: are they giving good security to us? No, they will give presidential security. That's what they mentioned at the time. And see, always Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, whatever happens, these countries like brothers, like, you know, they are, somebody doesn't come, we fill in.
You step in, fill in.
Step in, fill in, because it's a nature of the country, the governments will allow and everything. So we went there because of that, and we played. They have made up. It takes a little time to explain.
Of course,
right?
very interesting.
Right.
So you take all the time in the world.
Right. So when the tour came, then India loses matches. It's a revenue game at the time, right? Okay. So Pakistan now going to lose. So they want to get the revenue. So we jump in. Then we played 3 one-days and 2 test matches. So what happened was 3 one-days we had to play first. As soon as we finished, we go from Bangladesh straight to Lahore and play the 3 one-days there in Lahore itself. All 3 Mondays you play there. One place, Karachi 1 and 2 Lahore we played, and then India comes back to Sri Lanka because they want to fulfill that calendar. So they played 5 one-day international. We came back. We played that 5 one-day international.
And then went back.
Then we went to test matches, 2 test matches. So first test match played in Karachi. You know, that's the game you would have seen. They got 700 runs, we got 800 runs. Like, you know, it's like a. So next match was in Lahore. So we went there. So we batted, and we got, like, you know, first 2 days batted 600 runs. We declared at about 1 hour before the second day's play. We thought, okay, we'll give them a chance. So they got 100 runs, 1 wicket. Then next day morning, normally what happens is 2 buses will go. There will be 2 jeeps will carry army people, and then patrolling about 5-6 bikes. So full security, right? So every day we go at 8:30. Match starts at 10 because it only takes 15 minutes to go to, not even 15, 10 minutes from per continental to the stadium because so when second day's play, 2 days they fielded and their manager came when we were having breakfast at about 8 o'clock, said we will come little late, half an hour because our boys are tired. We didn't have to warm up because we are batting day. So if you want, you all can go at 8:30. So our manager said, okay, fine, we'll go. And I was joking with Sangakara and maybe these guys are tired, you guys got double hundreds and these guys have been tired, so okay. I don't know what makes a different 30 minutes, doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, we'll go. So what they did, they splitted the security. So one jeep only goes and few this one, splitted. So when you go into the certain way the Pearl Continental, straight you go. When the bus goes, it's morning, so we also tired. So we have specific seating places. So it's a huge bus, right? So it's about 20 people only goes because not like IPL or 35 people, right? So many money is available. Sri Lanka doesn't have much money, so you can afford to have certain number of bare minimum, right? So 20 people. So in front, Dilshan and Bas sit. In your next right to the door, then the coaches and everybody. Then in the middle, myself and Sagakara in front, like that we sit. And in the end, Myla sits. Like, this is the pattern we go through. And with me, the Masia, is a good friend of mine, he sits with me. So when we are going, I said to the boys, because its sun is hitting you, put the curtain down. So we put the curtain down. Luckily, we put the curtain down. So when you go into that, if you go to Punjab, you will see the roundabouts. It's huge. It's like a massive ground, like in the middle, and the roundabouts will be there. So Pakistan, Lahore also same. It's a massive ground, and road comes this way, and we have to go right, straight, and through the roundabout and go there. And only 3 minutes, 4 minutes drive, the ground is there. So when we are going, we put the curtain out. I was just joking at that. Actually, it happened. Then Tilina Tushara, the fast bowler, was in front of me and saying, now, first match was 700 runs. We got 800 runs. Now we have got 600 and definitely they are also going to score so much of runs. He said, if something happened and if we can cancel, it will be not enough to. Seriously, he said, right? And our guys were just laughing at the time and said, we don't know. And then Sangha said, don't worry, Murali is there, he can take the wickets. So I said, no, because the wickets are flat. It looks like when you bat. So the conversation going. Then after that, 2-3 minutes, suddenly we nearly going to the one, we had some, we know because we are environment to nose guns and everything, we have got used to it. So some gunshots went like, tuck, 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 it went. Then we were just casually said, every time Pakistan it happens. So they must, somebody somewhere is shooting, we don't care, just there. So we were going, and in the roundabout, when we are going in the roundabout, halfway through, everyone, it started hitting the bus, like, tuck, tuck, like 2-3 bullets coming into the bus. So everyone said, go down, because we know in a bomb, whatever went, we are got used to it. You have to go down, the bombs always go like this. So you get lucky, you can be lucky. So we said, go down the bus. So I went straight away, I was sitting here, I straight away went slept like that. Few people in front of me, Tilan Samaras here, in front, back me, my face and Prasanna Jayavardhana was like that. And then everyone can't sleep, right? Okay. In front of us, what's his name, Tilan Samaravira went in front, and then Parnavitarna, he thought he went like down like this, like the seat. So they were, the curtain was in, they were hitting the bullets. The bus stopped. Bullets were coming like, we didn't see, I was down. Bullets were hitting over us. Like it's like, when you rain in this one, like how the sound, tak, 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 like it's a huge sound coming like it was just running. So everyone was shouting, then suddenly in front of me, Samaravira, I got hit. Blood was pouring like that. So one bullet came and hit his leg, right? So blood was pouring in front of. Then in that, he was trying to pray. He's a Catholic. What's his name? Prasanna Jayawardena. I said, don't try to pray. At least I told, just leave it. Just don't shout. Just leave it. And what I thought is, I was just hold this to me, right? What I thought is, I said to him that just if we get hit in the head or we can survive. Just try to at least keep your head. I thought sometimes your hand, you will save your head. So keep your head down. So it was hitting a few people. A mile or so, I got hit like everyone. So everyone shouting. It was about 2-3 minutes, right? It was hitting. And then suddenly we all, the bus and they shouted at the driver, somehow take the bus. Bus was stopped.
So you all escaped?
No, bus went, still was shooting there. We went to the stadium. Stadium, there are about 600 policemen because the policemen were there. When he went, it stopped and Samaravira's blood was pouring. Then we were shouting to come everyone. And we didn't know what happened to Parnavitarna. Parnavitarna like this, it was like, totally bloody, yeah? And his eyes was closed. We thought he's dead, right? Seriously. Then we just hit him, myself and Sayakara. So he got up. And what he did is straight away, he was seeing the bullet has come other side. But it was stuck in between near the heart. It was stuck and it was halfway through because it hit the...
God.
Yeah, it hit the bus through and hit the bone. So it's a strong bone, no?
So he got saved.
It saved. Then we said, we shouted and said, then dressing room became a hospital. We said, we're not going to go. Because these guys are there, still we're not going to go. So doctors, everybody came. Then only 2 people they have to take it is, one is Parnavitarna and one is Tilan Samaravira, take it to the hospital because they have to remove the bullets. So others were there. So then we asked what happened because I didn't know, we were down because of the sound. So Vas and Dilshan said, first when they coming, they hit a rocket launcher to the bus.
Oh.
Yeah, so 2 rocket launchers, one rocket launcher took over the jeep. All the police were died there, and other rocket launcher missed the bus because of the round and hit the building there. So we didn't know, right? So then 2 cars to stop the bus. The bus stopped because 2 cars reversed and blocked, and because it came so fast and hit the bunt because it's a field and turned a little bit, there's a space. 2 people get down and they shot the driver. Driver went down, so they couldn't shoot the driver. And then they threw grenades to the bus. So luckily those grenades went rolling round and side, and that sharpness only it came and it's a lot, and they were shooting.
Luck was with you all.
Luck means it is like, driver saved us. And behind that, there was match referee's van was there, and Pakistani umpire got really hurt. They were like sitting ducks. They were hammered because even Chris Broad was there in the bus. So this dangerous it was because it was shown in the, you can't show so detail in the movie, but it showed some things. But this is how it is. So it's because we knew, because we were very lucky at the time.
Of course.
And the one thing, and also we knew how to handle ourselves. So that's why, because even though it was pre-planned or we don't know, But those who shot, they went nicely, they went in the bike and they went off. All the terrorists, right, who went. And also, when we had, normally in the security, they have to have 2 security inside. We had the security, they didn't have weapons.
Oh.
So normally they carry weapons, the security
They
inside.
did not even carry the weapons.
They didn't carry the weapons because we were sitting dark because nobody to, because we were just nothing to do.
You know, you have made the movie as authentic as possible. There are other biopics where you tend to take cinematic liberties. I believe you have taken the least of cinematic liberties, having shot on actual locations at most of the times, you know. So was this a conscious decision, and how much of this incident did you, I mean, how difficult was it to take a decision? How difficult was it to take a decision of how much of this incident to show and not to show?
See, his life is too dramatic to handle. So we look for drama as filmmakers, right? In stories we need drama. And the irony is that when we do a biopic, we don't have a template. Each individual is different, their life is different. So we can't stick to a screenplay format per se and then work towards it. It was very difficult, very challenging because his life is in a sense so eventful, right from his childhood until he retired. So to decide on a story with a beginning, middle and an end was very, very challenging. And that's when we realized that, I should say, Shahan Karnatalaka, my co-writer, who won the Booker Prize in 2022, he was very supportive. And then we decided that, see, now we have to be a little intuitive with this project because this is a unique life. And this is one film we are going to do. We're not going to do another biopic. So let's forget the templates. Let's first create one for this film. And since his life is very dramatic, the kind of incident you heard right now.
This is just one incident.
Yeah, so he has like 10, 15, 20 like this.
And also, just to cross here, tsunami, I was almost gone in tsunami. So that was, I was lucky in tsunami as well because we shot everything, we couldn't put it, people won't believe this. So that's why we didn't have that, it's all shot.
Certain,
I hope we are safe over here because I'm now scared. Wherever you go, danger follows you. Sorry.
So it was quite tough and generally we feel like, oh my god, this is a biopic, so I don't have a freedom that I can have when I create my own story. But when you write your own story, you're stuck. then you feel, okay, if I have a story, it's better for me. So it's an irony. So somehow we found a story in his life, which we thought was, throughout his life, there was an identity crisis. He had to prove himself, a Tamil, a Sri Lankan.
Again and again.
A legitimate cricketer. So, see, when you put people in a spot, you know you don't have an answer for that. And you keep asking questions continuously. What would you do? You know you can't answer. See, we always think there's black, there is white, but there is grey as well in between. So most of us live in this grey area. And this world is not a fair world. It's not going to treat everyone fairly. That's the reality, right? So we had to come up with a concept first. Okay, this is the concept. It's about an individual's struggle for his identity, to prove himself again and again and again, where he realizes there's no point trying to prove. If someone is not willing to believe you, there's no
So be
point
it, so
trying.
be it.
So we developed that idea first, and then we had to make sure that this biopic has captured his life truly, and not going to cinematic. Cinematic, I don't think that's an appropriate word to use. Anything that's on the screen is cinema. So we wanted to make sure that audience could relate to it in a way that they believe what they see.
Yeah, because a lot of unbelievable incidents have happened.
Yeah.
You know, what was more daunting, the tsunami incident or this terrorist incident?
Not terrorist incident, because tsunami is something like it's a surprised unit, because I will tell you, because it was, see, I have a foundation of goodness called, we help people, because why I did that was in 1995, when I was in trouble, whole country without, I'm from the minority community, playing for Sri Lanka. They didn't think about I'm a Tamil. War was in the very much in the prime time at the time. So all Sri Lankan supported as me as Sri Lankan cricketer rather than see the religion or anything they didn't see about me. And they were going in tough time. Sri Lankan people went tough time for last 30-40 years because people can say from outside that toughness, the people will know.
The ones who have born it.
Yeah, only satisfaction in that time is cricket for them. So entertainment wise, right, or whatever wise, because the pride wise, Sri Lankan flag flying, like, you know.
Yes.
So that is the entertainment.
The only solace.
So in that, they didn't care about religion or race or anything. And they backed me after Australian that I have problems. They backed me like behind anything. So I thought, what can I do? Because I was also trouble, they were also trouble, still they backed me and believed me, and I can do it. In 1998, I with my manager and a friend, I formed this foundation of goodness to help needy people. So that's the way I started, and now we are doing it 23 years.
Wow.
23 years, we built 1,000 houses for tsunami. Right, so we make sure that 50,000 families are helped every year.
Wonderful.
So it is not only me, I would say, because I want to say this, because players like Sachin to players like Yuvraj to everyone obliged, most of the time they are come and play for fundraising things and everything. Even if the film is come, everyone was with me, right? So they also, not even there, Shane Warne, like, you know, in Andrew Flintoff, like, you know, so many cricketers all over the world, and cricket fraternity all supported this foundation. So that's why we could do this much, not only me, because our initiated and our funds also, but still
a lot of people also work.
So that's what I started that foundation, and then every year what we do is on the Boxing Day. It's a special day for even Sri Lanka, like, you know, the Boxing Day is after Christmas, 26th is the Boxing Day. So that's the time, you know, I got called also, right? Right, Chucky. To that
time.
Yeah. So that day we will make sure in Sri Lanka the school is a uniform. They have to wear white and shoes, and there are children who doesn't have shoes, doesn't have clothes, doesn't have books, because it's a free education. Sri Lanka is country is free education. You don't have to pay for this education from the university also. So it's free, but you need to buy your books and clothes because other children are walking in there. So these children, so we sponsor at least that area 500 to 1,000 children. We bring to the foundation. We give them a year full of whatever the books they needed, requirements. That's it. So 26th morning that, so I was supposed to, at about 10 o'clock the function. So, so at the time only I was injured and I didn't play. That time only I got to marry, also proposal marriage happened in India. So they also came.
On 26th?
Yeah, 25th they came. We went for dinner, little got late. Then in the morning I told my manager, Kushil, I told him that, see, I am getting a little late. So it's about 1 hour, you start the function because we don't want to wait the children and the parents to wait there. You start. So I started around about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Right, 8 o'clock. I should have gone by 7 o'clock. So it takes about 2 hours to go there, 9:30, right? So 8 o'clock, when I go halfway, myself, my brother, and my mother, and the mother-in-law and wife.
Your to-be wife.
Yeah, wife. Now it's wife. Right? So we were traveling in the car. So normally, it's a full moon day also. Normally in full moon days, see the river, that lagoons and rivers come a little bit higher.
The tide is higher.
Tide is higher. So when we thought the tide was higher, because I'm going, there are temples there, we go through that, and this is a beach side. When you're going, we went to maybe about halfway, then suddenly the people were running at us. So, you know, Sri Lanka, the places always have the problems, these riots will come. Sometimes Muslims will eat Sinhalese and Muslims will be fighting, Tamils and Muslims will, Sri Lankans will. So like that, always this, that ever, like, you know, it comes like that sometimes. I thought that's a lot of Muslim area, so that area. So I thought something and we stopped. We stopped and they said, the word was very simple. The sea has come to land. So I don't know what do you mean by that? I thought the water has come little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, that's
You
what
mean literally.
Literally, we don't know what is tsunami. So first time we heard, nobody would ask the tsunami. Only film that we watched is Day After Tomorrow or something.
Yes.
That film I'd have watched. So I didn't think like that. It's a day after tomorrow or whatever. So I was just, then my brother was writing. I said, okay, something wrong. We'll turn back. We don't want to go. Suddenly in my chest, and I said, they said no, sea has come to the land. So we don't go through the coastline. There are a road, go inside and you can cut it in land side. It's about 10 kilometers you have to go. There are other roads also there. This coastline is a nice drive and we normally go to Gaul. So when went back, so they were stayed in the hotel, we put the ring, then I could see the water, it has come, people are alive. People can't survive, they were washed into, vehicles are going into the sea, the live telecast is going in the TV, right? Nobody could save because then our foundation about 500 children and everything, when the first time the tide came, it came only about 1 feet or something, and then the whole sea went down, like, you know, the water went far away, 1 or 2 kilometers, there is no water in the sea. It's pulled out and people thought it's something miracle, like, you know, so they want to walk inside. Oh. Suddenly 5 minutes time, another wave come, about 5-6 feet, that is very hot, burning hot since the water, right? And it was just went so fast and people couldn't get hit and die. The next one came 10 to 8 to 10. It's a 3 times. They come and go, right? So it went like 2 kilometers inside the road. So our foundation is almost all the buildings and everything 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometers from there. So what he has is first tide come, they got scared. He took his all the children and ran away to another one, a higher place. They could see the water is taking people and out. So when we went also, then I came back. No, same road. See, the tsunami didn't come like, you know, if it affected in Gaul 9:30, 8:30, 8:45, another town near Colombo. 8:30 like that. And also it didn't come everywhere.
Phases.
Only certain areas only it came. Other area no, because if you say about 1 kilometer this side, tsunami would have come, but 2-3 kilometers there is no tsunami.
They are not affected at all.
Yeah, and also that place, people thought a train, big train, right? Train is huge, right? So when the train stopped, when the first time small water came, all the people thought if you go on top of the train, they will be survived. So it's about thousands of people got into the train top and everywhere. You know, that train was washed out another 1 kilometer away and everyone died.
So they actually got on to the attempt.
You can say remembers all the statues and everything in Sri Lanka. If you go to Gaul, you can see these things. So that's why I was supposed to go to New Zealand. I got injured. I stayed back. So this is a coincidence. If we'd have gone 20-30 minutes early, we would have also
washed away.
Even see, there is no time.
There's no time to think.
Yeah.
What will you do? Madhur, when you were offered this film, did you view it as a cricketing legends film or an adventurous man's film?
I mean, definitely growing up in the 90s, you know, these are our legends, these are our heroes. So definitely it was very exciting for me. Also just from a career point of view, like I've been acting for over 25 years now. I started when I was 7. My first film was with Salman Khan called Kahin Pyar Na Ho Jaye. Second one was with Shah Rukh Khan called, One to Kafoor. And then I did some TV. Then a film called Slumdog Millionaire happened, in which I played the negative lead. So after that I sort of got typecast. Everyone wanted me to keep playing Salim again and again and again. And so when finally, I did do a Disney film as one of the leads called $1 Million Arm. It was about baseball. So, sports films somehow always find their way. But I was really glad that a director was looking at me as a leading man and not just to play another grey sort of character. So that was firstly really exciting. The second part was, I never even thought I would get to meet someone like Murali sir in my life. Like Sachin sir or Murali sir, and these are all, growing up in the 90s, our heroes. So getting a chance to play him in his biopic is just a tremendous opportunity. It's a lot of things rolled into one. It's an opportunity, it's a privilege, it's an honor, it's a challenge. So yeah, very, very exciting, and I was really thankful, and I worked really hard along with the rest of the crew.
So acting you knew, what about cricket?
I'm an Indian boy, again, like always loved cricket. My father was a fast bowler. I played till like my college level, so yeah, can't escape it. But I was never an off spinner, and even if I was, sir's action, if you list unorthodox bowling action, sir's name would be right at the top, right?
Yes, of course.
So yeah, it's something that's completely out of the ordinary. And I had a really great bowling coach with whom I practiced for a couple of months before the film started. So it's a really honest attempt, and I hope people like it. Yeah,
I'm sure they've liked it. When you were approached that we want to make a film on your life, what was your first reaction?
See, that's also a coincidence only, because I was retired and I was happily there in 2018 only. They came to my house. How it comes also because of this foundation only. Because Venkat Prabhu is one of the directors he was with him at the time, assistant director. So they Venkat Prabhu is a childhood friend of my wife's. So they came to foundation to do something. They didn't know I am also involved. So they want to do some help these Tamil people in that area, because so many problems are going. After problems, what they can do. So then he saw that, and then they came to my house. Then only they discussed, and he did a movie called Chennai 28. That's a gully cricket, very famous, and it was very big hit in Tamil Nadu. So they were putting to me and saying, why not do a biopic? I was little hesitant, and I was very happy, and I was coaching and a mentor to Sunrisers, and I know how I went through in my life, because nobody knows, because they know only of me is, such a glory, got 800 wickets, this, that. See, maybe to a certain extent they know the 1995 Australian problems. Other than that, family-wise or whatever-wise,
there's not much in the...
No, nobody. Yeah. Because I am not a person in the social media, or I was not there, and I was not... Only a cricketer everyone knew. Then inside out, they didn't know anything. So in my thought, again, I have to go through, because it's a life story. They're gonna biopic means everything has to come out again, right? And it's not going to be, so many people will be not happy. Because when you're taking a biopic, you have to be truthful.
You have to be honest
with, and you have to, whether his negatives are there, the positives are there, problems are there, someone will get upset, someone not upset. So you should not see anything, because when you're giving the rights to the director or the producer, you give the rights, that honest right, not to glorify me and put away where everyone thinks it is a fake, right? So I was a little hesitant to do that, because not because I want to show things, but I thought some people can get vengeance on me because of this. Yeah, because it happens, no, right? See, when I'm just saying, just an example, because when a great cricketer can write a book, if he writes the truth, any cricketer, I'm saying maybe any famous cricketer write the truth, the playing guys who had played with him and the coaching guys, some guys will get really upset about it.
Upset.
Because if you're honest, right? If we are honest in life, human life is that, right? So that's why many people won't write autobiographies, right? Because they don't want to, they forget that episode and move on. Right? So then my manager said to me that to give the rights, at least they will help the foundation a little bit. So that's so many needy people get helped by that.
Wonderful.
So I said, okay, fine, I gave it. So then, and then also I asked to Sripati, because first it was Venkat Prabhu was to direct, and they had first production house, they didn't get on, and when he was writing the story, then I said it is going to go in vain because you write about 1.5 years research, suddenly can't go waste. So honestly I'll spend for rest of the story. You write the story and find a producer and try to do the movie. That's what told. And I told Sripati, any chance, anybody comes or anything, but I want a true story. I don't want, if I want to see you when you write the script, I want to see whether it is all actually happened. So that is, honestly, that's why I agreed, because I know this film comes, so many people will against, like that everything has happened for 5 years. Vijay Sethupathi came, he went off because of the reason in Tamil Nadu.
Yes, yes.
So these are the problems will come. I know it will come, right? But they never knew that.
Yeah.
I did.
I was about to ask you, you envisaged that it would be beset with problems, or you just were caught unawares?
No, we're just doing a biopic on a
You never imagined this would happen?
No, we didn't. No one thought that this would blow up so much and it will be an issue, because we thought we're doing a film about a sportsman, an inspiring film. But cinema is not seen as cinema. Movies are not seen as movies. People think they're kind of a propaganda machinery, and then a lot of politics gets entangled with film. Nothing wrong in speaking politics through films or your views, but not being able to do something that you can is like suffocating you. At least let me tell what I want to tell, and you can criticize me for that, or you can come up with your own version of it. But not being able to tell a story, or see, when you're writing something and trying to put it out and you say you can't do this, it's very suffocating, right? But and then you feel, okay, should we do this now? Why should we go on keep doing this? When later you realize that's how it is, and you can't just back off. You will have to fight through this.
So did any point come where you actually said, let's just...
No, we had to make a decision, because Vijay Sethupathi couldn't continue. He wanted to. He never wanted to quit. But he was the one who suggested, okay, why do we have to create so much fuss about it? Okay, we'll let him go, and then we'll find another actor. It's all about the actors. See, we had a huge issue.
And also, I pacify. Not because of anything else. See, even Vijay Sethupathi is very famous and everything, but don't go to a South actor. Go to somebody...
At least that part of the problem will be solved.
The problem is here, Sri Lanka and not all India.
Correct.
It is only Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu,
right?
yes.
So you get away for someone. So that's why when Madhur Act, even we released in Tamil Nadu, it was not a fuss. Right? If we'd have somebody else, even in Tamil Nadu actor, it would have been a fuss, because it's a minority of politicians wants to do. I'm not scared of saying that. Few people had... See, the problem in Sri Lanka, India never understood.
Oh, you think so?
It's just an honest answer. I'm not scared to say that, because
Correct.
India never... Not India means, I'm not saying the central government, Tamil Nadu governments didn't understood what is the real problem there. Because it is so much difference in Sri Lanka. See, there are in Tamils, two different ways of Tamils there. Thousands of years north, they fought the war. Right? So thousands of years before, they also from India only, nowhere else. They also come from South India and there else. So even the Sinhalese, in history if you go, they are from Bihar.
Correct.
They are not from.
Trace back their roots.
Yes, because Buddhism came from Lumbini. The Buddha is born in Lumbini in Nepal, and what do you call this? Buddhism is he became Lord Buddha in Bihar, right? Buddha Gaya. So the people who that time king, the prince Ashok only took the Buddhism to Sri Lanka. So it is all connected so much. But the differences, the modern world, politically it's divided. So then they say, my grandfather is from India, Tamil Nadu, right? Tamil Nadu, 1920s, went for tea plantations. Britishers took forcefully, he has to go, right? So that's why our generation in Sri Lanka. So we all grew in central of hill country, right? So we are from we call Indian origin Tamils. They call Sri Lankan Tamils. When they speak, the slang is different. Way they speak different, same language, but it's a
slight difference.
Not slight, it's quietly you'll understand what they say. So like that, these problems, these understand, so they want separate one portion of a separate country. In the middle, we didn't want a separate country because we want to amicably live with everyone. So they didn't understand, so that's why, because I didn't say anything about the war and everything, what happened in the end war and all everything, and I was pro-government, that's the little bit accused by the certain politicians in India. So they're saying some people will say in our community, will say about 5%, 10% will think I'm a traitor to the race, right? That's why this problem all created, because it is not me created. I didn't make any comments, right? I said all honest things. So this what turned to be. I knew that it's going to happen because they didn't knew, right? So end of the day, I am a person who comes like, anything, I won't give up. It has to finish somewhere. So we waited for 5 years for this movie to come, and it has done really well. According to me, it is done well, and theatrically it did good. And now we are feeling to Jio. So
yeah, now from 2nd December, it's going to be available on Jio for free, and not just in the original Tamil language, but Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, as well as Bengali. So you've got a choice of 6 different languages, and from 2nd December, and it's available for free. But tell me, when aspersions were cast on your batting, when people said that there were people who took objections and said that he has been, not fair, etc. How big a bolt from the blue was that? Your entire, this crumbled?
In 95, yeah. So, see, I never expected, because the reason was the Darrell called me on Boxing Day in 1995. I never expected that, because the reason was he umpired in Sharjah 1994, one-day matches. He didn't have a problem. Then 1995, before Boxing Day 21st, we played a one-day games in Sydney 1 week before. He was the umpire. I bowled 10 overs, nothing there. So for me, it was purposely done, and also that was shocked at the time when he called me. First when I bowled the ball, he didn't say anything, first 2 balls, then next ball he said no ball. Then I always think you overstep, so I just mind, and then second again he no bowled. Then I know as a spinner it's very hard to bowl 2 consecutive no balls, because I won't go across. Then I went near him and asked, did I overstep? He said, no. Then what? Why do you no ball me? Then he said, you are chucking and you are throwing. Then I didn't have words. It's like shocked, like, I don't know what to do at the time, and I just walked to the Arjuna and said, he's saying this. And Arjuna went to him and asked him, and he said, according to his mind, he threw the ball. So, according to the laws, we can't say the umpire has the right to do that, call it as no ball. So, the Arjuna said, you bowl. Don't worry about it, just bowl. So, I was just like, no, it's like nothing, I don't know what to do, and it's very difficult to, at the time, to say what I felt. Like, it's shivering, like, once you say you don't know what, you're not in the same person mind. So, okay, because my captain said I bowled, next ball he didn't say anything. Like that, he called me about 5 times in a whole over, but I finished the over. So, technically, a human being, seeing from the eyes, these 5 balls are not fair, and the other 6 balls I finished it. So that's a fair. So that's something, if you are chucking, you chuck everything.
Every ball, yeah.
Otherwise, you don't know. So then Arjuna said, no, it's going to be a trouble. So he discussed with Aravinda and them and said, okay, you go and bowl other side. Steve Dunn was the umpire. I bowled about 30 balls there, 30 overs. So it was very, very upsetting. There were 80,000 crowd. It's an embarrassing moment. Like, it's not, Australia is a Boxing Day, is the biggest day of their entire calendar.
Oh.
They play a test match in Melbourne. So that is their annual calendar. People will come because after Christmas, it's a holiday, Boxing Day, everyone will come to watch the match. That is their tradition. So, Australian public also didn't behave like that. Whenever I go, they call me so names and everything is embarrassing. And then it was so, I didn't know, I was not in conscience the whole match. I think I got a wicket or I don't know. I got a wicket, I think, I don't know even, still I can't remember what happened that day.
It must have been a harrowing experience.
Yeah, because it is not happened to anybody. So then all these talks, lunchtime, couldn't eat, so many discussions, so many people comes. So it is so difficult at the time. I think no bowler should go through that because that's why we fought to the ICC and said in standing umpire should not call him because see, if you are done something wrong in a court of law, if you have done a murder, I'd say, you should be proven. The chance that to accuse that person has to have a chance also, I'm not done or done. So that has to be proven. So umpire your sole right. He can even think is right. Just put you out because he thinks like that.
Yeah.
So I need also, we said to ICC, we also have to combat that. You give me a chance. So that's why this went to a test and human rights and human movement, let's say. Human movements, this Australian University of Australia had this technology. So through that we proven.
What we saw in the film also.
Yeah, so we prove that, and then also ICC had a rules regulation board to whereas. So if umpire thinks somebody is doing wrong in the bowling, he should report to the match referee, not to the player. Within 14 days, that bowler should test and see whether he's right or wrong. If it's wrong, then you have to modify, again test, and again come back. So that something I will be proud of because of my incident. I didn't give up and go. I fought for rest of the people who are in the cricket. So same thing, I just to explain to you. We premiered in Mumbai in Hindi. So I asked to Shewak and Baji to come and watch the movie. They were watching with me movie. Then this chucking thing came. Harbhajan got very emotional. Murali, that you showed me, world didn't know I went through this.
Oh.
So I went through these years.
But he did not fight like.
No, because the rules and regulations are set. No, I went through means it's difficult when you're going to bowl.
Naturally.
Match referee is what he's going to say, umpires what he's going to say. So you are expecting performances and Indian team. So that Indian team, people didn't, some people didn't appreciate what he's going through, because so he felt that what you put it in here, it's good for me also. I can also tell people I also went through this.
Wow, it's quite a journey, quite a journey. Were you concerned when you took up this subject? What was your primary concern? To get his life story as honestly as possible to the audience, to make it an inspirational film, to make a film that would fetch you huge profits? What was?
So let me explain it. See, when we started this film, we're investing a lot of money in it. It's a huge money because we need to go shoot for 100 days, go to Australia, UK, India.
Because you all were shooting on actual locations also.
We were shooting on actual locations, and then like more than 120 actors from different countries. So it's going to be a very expensive film. So we need to get that money back. Film is a business. But at the same time, you need to make a film that's worthy of his life. Something that reflects his life. And also you want to make a good film. As a filmmaker, whatever said and done, when I want to make a film, it's a film, right? It's a biopic, not a biopic. It has to be a good film. So it was very, very challenging in that. See, I just took his life as an inspiration. Anyways, it's a biopic. So I went with the flow. So our only intention, the first agenda was to make sure that the film reflects his life. So that
As
was
honestly as possible.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
And when you saw the film, what did you feel? How much of the film was absolutely your life?
I read the script a lot because, when you're in the script, you have so many things. Then when you edit and do the film, so many things will go. But in the script, everything I made sure. I read about 6 times, not 1 time, right?
Wow. You mustn't have read your school books also so often.
I'm a bad reader, but I make sure this goes right, because it is going to be in public, right? Because it has to be true. I can't be embarrassed. One of my friends says, "Murali, this didn't happen. Why did you put it?" So it will be embarrassing for me because it is not right.
Yes.
So I made sure, and I used to literally call about the script only, nothing about what he taking out every time. Is it right what you are written? I don't think so. This is not right. You should change this. I have changed so many things. Maybe you would have said.
There are certain instances that he himself didn't know happened. Because it's not just about what he knew about his life, right? So when I started doing the research, I made sure that I meet different people who knew him, and then who liked him, who didn't like him, because I want to make sure that it's a story, not just a perspective of an individual.
Correct.
So to get that fulfilling story done, I wanted to get a different perspective. So many instances you were surprised. You asked me, "Oh, did it happen?" Yeah, this happened.
Madhur, how many times did you read your script?
The script, a whole bunch of times. During prep, of course, that's a very important part of it. But with this film, it wasn't like learning your lines and stuff like that, because also it's my first film down south, so I don't speak or didn't speak any Tamil before the film at all. Still, I'm pretty awful at it.
And the film was a sing sound.
Yeah, but later, and also when they were going to dub it, I was initially very adamant that I'm going to learn the language and I'm going to dub it. But with time, you realize that no matter how much, as a non-native speaker, no matter how well you do it, someone who's native to it, you'll know. Like if a white person comes and they've been here for like a year or two and they speak Hindi, no matter how well they do it, a native speaker can tell that this is not natural, and so that takes you out of the film a little bit as well. So then I put my ego aside and I said, yes, please go ahead, and for the better. I think the film, I have had the privilege of dubbing it in Hindi, which is good enough for me. But yeah, the script was, luckily, the incredible part about this film is that the script Shripati had, it's so much more than just a sports film. The human story about
It's a human drama of a
Absolutely.
sports person, let's put it that way.
Absolutely. So even when the script initially came to me, I was told by my friend the casting people who I think told you about me as well, that Madhur, this is a sports biopic, blah blah blah. And when I heard initially, I was not very into it because I had already done like 2-3 sports films before, and it was like another sports film. But then he told me it's Murali sir's biopic, so kaan khade ho gaye ekdam. And then he told me that, but this is way more than a sports film, and you'll know what I mean when you read the script. And sure enough, when I did, it really blew my mind as to how amazing. And like Shripati has mentioned, there are some things in his life that you just wouldn't believe. It is stranger than fiction. Like in his last match, he needs a certain amount of wickets to get to 800, and it just happens in the last match, the last wicket. It's just too much. If this was fiction, you wouldn't believe it. But because it's true, it's you
wouldn't believe so many of the incidents that have transpired in his life. You just wouldn't believe. He's right here telling us as it happened, so that itself is too much. And how was your first meeting with Murali sir?
So I had the privilege of meeting sir just once before we started filming. Like I went to Chennai and with Captain to meet sir. It was a short meet. I was all over the place, completely nervous, meeting the childhood hero. I kept blabbering, and I think sir sensed how nervous I was, and he put me at ease a little bit. He said, "Listen, I don't want you to just make this into a mimicry of me. Find the truth of the story, and just we believe in you, we trust you. So just do your best."
Wow.
Isn't that so freeing? And so yeah, when he showed me that faith, it really helped me out a lot.
Superb.
No, yeah, because see, you have to give the freedom. So what I done is, because I gave the story to them, but same way I have given all the freedom to even the Sripati as a director. Only thing I said, it has to be true. Other than that, anything you think, you make it in your way. You are the best judge and you are the profession. So I don't want to, because if you ask me how to bowl spin, I will tell you, but I not to make a movie.
But tell me, one last question to both of you. Did the thought ever cross your mind, that Murali sir should play himself, and your mind wish they would have cast me and not taken anybody else?
No, I'll tell you. Because first thing I told him is, see, everyone has talent in life. Because every human being comes with a talent. So whoever knows when you are young age what is their talent, they follow that, they become legends, right? And they become someone in life. But whoever doesn't know, right, they follows like, maybe some people will get in 40s and 30s, they might find this is the right thing. Then also they can be someone. But some people who doesn't know his talent, till he dies, he doesn't know what he wants to. See, that's happening every human being. For me, it's a talent that God has given to bowling. Somehow, I don't know, I'm coming from a business background. My father never played a cricket. Yeah. Nobody has played cricket. But because of I went to the hostel life, boys are playing.
Picked it up.
And that became a talent for me. And I continued. I just thought that is my talent. So if you're asking about acting, is zero, right? So I don't want to embarrass myself first. The second is, it is like, it is someone who's going to do own biopic and he's going to act. That means it's a total failure. It will be, people won't accept it, right? So I think, see, it's a destiny, I'd say. Everything in life is destined, right? So Madhu Mithu is, we never even come across in our minds. Whenever we're chatting and doing about, this is 5-year program.
Ultimately, he had to do the
See, Madhu came after 4 years. Last 1 year when he came, only everything went and made his a movie, right? Before that, 4 years we are searching. We are searching the names, so many things, so many people.
So during those 4 years, did that thought cross your mind? Let me ask Muralitharan only.
No, it never crossed because I know he wouldn't be able to do it. So.
Acha, it never was. So your pursuit of finding out the right person.
Yeah.
And also the film industry is like that because the producer, you have to satisfy the producer. So what happens is always they want someone who has bigger name, right? Bigger things, because then only they will get the value of, and he can recover his money. So that
This is also a business.
This
Yeah,
is also
it's a
business. So what I have convinced, the thing is, first we take a good actor who can act, and once the Vijay Sethupathi went as a big actor, so we don't want to go back to another big actor, because try to minimize the cost and what we can do with a
good actor rather than a big actor.
Yeah, and also that actor will give justice to that, because see, now if you get a bigger actor, he is lined up on 4-5 movies. He will try to see quick as possible, do and go. But the actor that who are talented and doesn't have so much of work, he will make sure that this
He will give his sweat life.
Yes, because for him also the future, no, because it is something. So that's the only reason that we never thought about it. We want, but it's a destiny. And also, he would have said to us, we also didn't know at the time. See, my arm is bent 38, both arms are. So luckily for me, because we took him, unlucky for him, because 8 years ago he said he had a car accident and his arm was bent. That's why when you're bowling, the action looks the same, because it's a bent. So something that means we didn't know also until we booked and everything, until he came and bowled, Sripati didn't know. So these are destiny. So I think, see, even taking this movie as a destiny, because it has to happen. That's what God has thought. It has happened. When I want 800, I want to say lastly before the time runs out. When I had enough of proving myself and proving things to people. So I thought I had the record. As we can take both form of the game. There are youngsters waiting to play for Sri Lanka, to give the opportunity them. And also everyone was pleading me to get the 800, play the whole 3 test matches and play. I said, I need a challenge. 800 is a number, right? And if it comes, it comes. But I will try hard. If I take that 8 wickets, I will win the match, last match. So that is what I to know. So it is all God's gift. I'm saying I just tried hard in the middle. End of the day, God thought I have to give this 800 to him. Last ball, to get that wicket, I have to bowl both of them to bowl 16 overs last wicket.
Wow!
And also luck is Malinga got injured. If you would have that, he would have got the wicket. Malinga, right? Malinga got injured and went off, right? And myself and Rangana are bowling. So anytime Rangana could have got the wicket, I have gone in my life taking 10 wickets, okay, right, against Zimbabwe. Last wicket was got it. I could have got all 10, and then against England in Lords, Oval. I could have get 9 wickets. It's a run out. It's a run out. So like that.
As you said, destiny. Destiny is very important, and you know. Anyway, it's been lovely talking to all the 3 of you, and you've done great work on the field. You are doing great human services, I would say, with your charity foundation. And of course, the film itself was a viewer's delight. So Sripati ji and Madhur, thank you for that. And I'll throw it open to the house now.
44 overs out of 115 overs you bowled in that match. Like every second over you are bowling in that match. While those 9 wickets were down, what was going into your mind, whether it is in the movie, the conversations happening between you and the captain and on the whole field, and for sir, I'm a fan from this $1 Million Arm. I have seen that movie, and it is an underrated movie, but one or the other way I felt like you have done a great work in that. So while casting, whether this thing came into your mind that he has already done a movie which is baseball, from cricket to baseball, that two players had been selected.
I've also done like a cricket film way before called Say Salam India, which was before Slumdog Millionaire. So it's,
I didn't know about that. So, while casting, whether this thing came into mind that he has done the work, and then for this thing that it could be easier for him to act. Yeah.
So quickly I go to this. Because it was long discussions had, because Sangha made sure that every over the second innings, the first innings I got easily 5 wickets, and I had to get first 2 wickets also I got easily quickly, and the other last wicket took long, because Sangha made sure that I get the 800 and give the ball every over to one side to me to bowl and other side to other person bowls. So the conversation, a lot of conversation went, and some banters went with Ishan Sharma, and some things like, so it's a friendly chats and everything. So it's like a destiny, because I also see if I walked away with 799 or 798 wickets, I would have been happy. But 800 at the time, I'm serious saying, I was trying to win the match, right? Not to get that 800 in my mind. But thing is, the problem is, after that, 3 months, 4 months, I was playing for Chennai Super Kings. So they invited me and presented the t-shirt of 800 publicly in Chennai. So that was something felt. This 800 was so important in my life. I never felt when I was trying to get. So maybe the God has given me this 800. That's why they named the movie also 800. See, if it's 800, this number go. And also, it's a stats are there. I was 8 number is everywhere. So 8. My born date 17th of April, so 8. So always I had 8 in the back when I was younger even, that my number. Then 800 came. Then I think on the retired day also 8. Right? And then there is a figure, it's about 5 things. Somebody else wrote to me and showed me, I don't know it. So many things in life, important things, number 8 is coming. So I think that is, I never believed it's a destiny, and it has God has given now 800 people's mind, maybe this generation, another 2 or 3 generations, right? So I think Sripati can answer about Mathur.
About Mathur, we know his body of work. We saw what he has done before, and we know he's an excellent actor. And also, after looking at his audition tape, we realized that we can't get a better actor.
Wow.
So that's why we took him.
Yeah, they're being too kind, but it's nice to have.
Felt just this honest answer. I'm not trying to be modest. I told Anil is better than me, I thought. And when I was playing, Anil was, you all forgot about Anil Kumble, right? You have to give him because he has taken 600 odd wickets. It's not easy, especially in India, he's playing for India, right? Then Chainmon always felt he was better. And also I felt Sakleen Mushtaq also better than me. Always I felt, because I learned Dusra from him, right? So always I felt, because see, for me, it is not the better. Who is better? How many matches you can win for your country? How many wickets you can get? That's the only point I was having. See, there are errors to error. So today so many people ask me, what do you think Virat is better than Sachin? How could you say that? Because you can't say error to error different. But Sachin is Sachin every time, because Sachin something I dreamt about Sachin, to be a Sachin. Every cricketer, every sportsman want to be a Sachin, because the reason is because 14 years he got first 100 first class. 16 years represented the country. He was a baby at the time and playing against Waqar Yunus and Wasim Akram, getting hit everywhere, and so so that is important more than his 25,000 runs, and so he is so great. So like that, you can't compare cricketers in spinners also. They're all good for their country, but every era they will come better bowlers.
Used to call him a danger for opponent teams.
I know what you
and that danger comes with his unique action. So how did you prepare for his action? Because that is such a unique and so difficult.
Right. So like
How much you prepare for?
right. So I like Captain mentioned, I had a bad car crash like 7-8 years back in which I messed up my elbow a little bit, and it's a little bit bent now, and so it resembles how Sir's naturally bent elbows are. So when I try to bowl, it helps me to a certain extent to get the action to look similar. But then still, his action is so different. I work with a bowling coach, Vikrant Gupta, who works at Rohit Sharma's Cricket Academy, and he himself is an off spinner and a huge fan of Sir's. So for like around 2.5 months, I was prepping with him every day. I was filming another show at the time, and so after my backup, I would go every night and practice for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And also I saw, because I didn't have access, like a lot of other cricket actors who've done biopics got to spend a lot of time with the person that they were playing. I didn't have that luxury because Sir has a trillion commitments. He was coaching the IPL and other stuff. So I had to heavily depend on the footage that was there. And then also my guiding light was my director, because he had spent almost like 2 years living in Sri Lanka, researching things about Sir. So he was my dictionary and he was my thesaurus when it came to anything and everything related to Murali Sir. So even a little bit with the action, like there would be takes where he would come and tell me, you need to tweak this or tweak that. So it takes a village to make that happen correctly, and I was blessed with the best of the best. Yeah.
कौन आपको सबसे talented लगता है?
Which current spinner you think is the most talented?
So it's current spinner means definitely Ashwin is more talented than anyone else.
और एक और सवाल है कि कौन आपके जो टेस्ट उसमें विकेट में कौन आपका रिकॉर्ड तोड़ सकता है?
Who can break
Who
your
can
test
break your
record?
record?
See, it's very difficult to break. See, Anderson has a chance because he's only 100 odd wickets, James Anderson. Other than that, it's very difficult because nowadays not many test matches are played, so it's very difficult sometimes.
Angelo Matthews and Shakib Hussain incident time out. How you look into that matter?
See, two things you can look at that. One is spirit of the game. If you go by the spirit of the game, then Bangladesh captain should have allowed him to play. That is one, right? So it is a crunch. They want to qualify for the next World Cup, what do you call this, Champions League. So it is crunch. So Angelo should know the rules. So if he knew the rules, and if he come in 2 minutes, and if he have to bat, so once the according to rules he appealed, then umpire has to give out. So there is no argument. So two ways is things, because their captain thought they want to qualify. It doesn't matter about spirit of cricket. Nowadays, not many people think about the spirit of cricket, so they will play because this game has become very, very tough and countries want to prove, so they wanted to win.
Yes.
Break this record. Even in one day you have taken 534 wickets. So what's the reason of success of taking so many wickets? At the international level, taking even single wicket is considered not so easy. But 800 wickets is like, it's a phenomenal achievement. Yeah? I don't think anybody, I've been following cricket for last 30 years. 800 is like too high, sir, too high.
No, because thing is, I played for too long, because 20 years of career in international cricket. So we don't think about how many wickets we are going to take, how many man of the match or no. So at that time, how am I going to contribute to my team? How am I going to win? So it's automatically, you do the right small puzzles, right? So when you do that, so automatically records will come. So people in the world, nobody will doing a sport or anything, they will go for records and set records. They will see, enjoy the sport at the time and make sure contribute and participate. These are the things, if they do right, the records will automatically come. definitely because of Test cricket is now little bit dying, like people are not playing much. Maybe it's difficult, but somebody can play about 140, 150 Test matches if he has the talent. Definitely, these records are any sport, any in the human life. Nothing you can't say achieved. Anything can be achieved, but records are meant to be broken. So a new generation will come and break it.
Which is the batsman you feel which you fear to bowl to?
That always I have said Virendra Sehwag.
The B part is, my dad played Chandrasekhar in his old days, and he said he had a 360-degree wrist. Like when I saw you, you had similar things. Is it?
Yeah, Chandrasekhar had polio his arm,
but
so
you had amazing. You used to make people dance. So nice to see you here in Goa.
Thanks. Because Chandrasekhar is a legend. Everyone knows, because if you have seen modern generation, if you see Anil Kumble is similar to Chandrasekhar. He bowls about 100 kilometers leg spin. But Chandrasekhar used to bowl 110, 115, people say, because it's so good to remind him.
Thank you.